All right. Well, thank you, Russ. Thanks everybody for being here on this fine afternoon. I know it's beautiful outside. I'm feeling the breeze. This is what I feel like Vermont should feel like, not last weekend where we were the hottest city in the country. But it's great to see you all and to be able to take the time here this afternoon to celebrate each other and to celebrate the support that we've shown each other this past year. And you know, I'm excited and impressed by that, and particularly because of such the sort of extraordinary nature of the year. It's been incredibly hard, and I have felt like the climate team and their work to create BSDs Best has really helped to provide an opportunity for us to recognize each other and to support each other, which is such a huge part of our work. We had 275 nominations for BSDs Best this year. That's a huge number, and just shows the great amount of energy there is to support our community and for colleagues to support each other. I have, as you know, I've had the opportunity to sign all 275 of those BSDs Bests, and I'm excited to be able to do that. My pen is out of ink and my hand's a little tired, but yeah, it's been great to read those and just see the amount of positive feedback that everyone has been able to give each other. And I just, I'm so grateful for that and for personally being able to be in a community that cares so deeply about each other. And yeah, so I want to thank you all for participating and being a part of today, for planning today, and hoping that next year we get to 500. We start to, that's our goal, right, Russ? Is 500 in the climate team. We want to get there. I know we can do it now that we know kind of what this is. And I'm also looking forward to next time being able to celebrate together in person. We're almost there. We're right about there, but maybe not quite yet. So I look forward to when we can do this all in person on some big field somewhere and really have the opportunity to spend time together in person. I'm really eager to get back to that, and I know you all are too. So thank you. And I'm going to kick it over to Russ and Bobby.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the call today as we just try to reserve some time to really acknowledge each other and connect and just have a good time together. We are hoping that this is something that we can do in person next year, make a big bash. We've talked a little bit about this idea of a company picnic where we can bring our families and just, hang out together for a couple hours on a Saturday and play games and give trophies in person. So we hope to do something like that in the future. Like I said, my name is Russ Ellick. I do communication and public relations in the district, and I also serve on the climate team. And I just want to give a shout out to the people who serve with me on the climate team. We meet monthly and we're always looking for more members. That's a little plug. You can reach out to any of us. So on the call today, we have Andrew Stiles. Andrew, wave. Andrew is an elementary school teacher. And I guess if there are teachers on this call, I probably don't have to explain to you who Andrew is, but he's at Edmonds Elementary School. And we appreciate having the support of the union representation on this climate team with us, because this is work that we all need to be a part of to do together. We have Maria Castaigne, who's a paraeducator in early education. Thank you for being here, Maria. And for a lot of people don't know this, but Maria was sort of the driving force behind the actually launching BSDs Best, of helping us bring this idea into fruition. She helped create the template. She helped line up how the template sort of talks to itself so it can auto-populate. And without her doing that behind the scenes work, we would not have been able to launch this program, and I would have had many more panic attacks than I already had this year. We have Bobby Riley here, and he's going to speak in a little bit. We have, I'm going to turn the chat on. That's a good reminder. Yep, it's good. Miriam Edishan Kading is going to be on the call shortly. And we have Cheryl Needswicki, who's a teacher at BTC and who feeds me brownies. Thank you, Cheryl. Sparks is trying to wrap things up to go on a much deserved vacation. So he might be in and out of today's meeting. He was out at schools delivering trophies today. So thank you, Sparks, our Director of Equity. And then we also have Christy Galees is our After school rep, this has been a difficult committee for after school. We want to have them have some representation, but it also takes place during their main program hours. So she's acted in a real advisory role for us this year, chiming in and giving us feedback. And she's out at a site today and might not be able to join us. So thank you everybody who's on the climate team. I'm going to finally stop talking. Bobby has a few things to say and we'll get kicked off.
All right, thanks folks. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Russ, for all your work. Certainly organizing this event and all the work in terms of facilitating the school climate committee. You've been instrumental in that. We appreciate your efforts. I don't know who said this quote. I don't know where it came from, but I remember it clearly. The climate in a school can either make everything possible or not make everything possible. And I think that we can all remember our childhood and when we felt particularly safe in schools, when we felt connected to a caring adult or frighteningly alone for that matter, or when we felt engaged in meaningful learning. These are school memories that we tend to vividly remember, good or bad. And it's not surprising that these kinds of experiences shape learning and development. They also shape our relationships as colleagues and professionals with one another. And it's really larger than any one person's experience. When people work together, a group process emerges that's bigger than any one person. And school climate in the particular buildings that we all inhabit or across our district really defines the quality and character of our school life. And we set the tone for that. So that today is a celebration of the tone that's been set. The love, joy, and positivity that we spread in our school buildings and among each other. So that's just a little bit of what we're trying to be mindful of as a school climate committee, and how we spread that joy, love, and positivity and work together to make that an experience every day for both our students and then for us as colleagues and connected adults doing this tremendously hard work. So that's all I've got, Russ. I think now I'm ready to get to our first variety show act. Yes, and we are, I'm really excited for this first act because it's someone that I think is very positive in spreading joy and love in our building. And I get to experience that on the daily over at Horizons. But Gatch is here, a tremendous musician, a tremendous educator, and an all-around good person. So Ann, take it away.
Thank you. So I had some feedback that my microphone was quieter than just sitting doing a Zoom thing. So I'm going to sit here and Zoom away and hopefully it'll sound okay. I'm not really used to playing on a Zoom call. I'm used to staff meetings and parent meetings and IEP meetings. So this will be, you know, something a little different. And if you can hear it, great. And if not, well, when I'm not teaching, I write songs. And so this is one of the songs I've written. I'm hoping it's going to go on my next album. So let's see. Here we go. So it's called Bumper Sticker. Can you hear the guitar? Live simply was a bumper sticker I had on my '89 Pontiac as I drove through the city. I never thought much of it, I just thought it looked cool. It's funny how the truth must cut from all the stuff you've got and all the people in your life, their struggles and the daily strife. Nothing hard come free. This might be my destiny to cherish what I have in you, and you cherish what you have in me.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Ann. Really great. And you know, you don't have to do this, but I'll say this for our next person as well. But Ann, if you have a link to your YouTube channel, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have a music channel, you said putting it on your next album, and I'd totally be interested in learning more. So feel free to drop that in the chat. Thank you so much for performing. That was beautiful. Up next, we have Sam Lapointe is here. So Sam Lapointe works in HR. It probably works with many of you all. But that is not all he does. Sam also makes movies on the side. And so he has a short movie that he's going to show us today. But before that, he's just going to talk a little bit about what that's like and what life is like sort of outside of the HR office. Sam?
Thank you very much. I hope everybody can hear me just okay. I've been unmuted this whole time, so this is a first test run. Yes, so I work here in HR during the day. I have a lot of phone calls with people, hopefully mostly positive. But outside of work, my passion is filmmaking, and I've been doing it for about 10 years now. And I try to make a little bit of everything. We've done some horror shorts, we've done some comedies. I've been doing a TV series for about 6 years now. We're on episode 28 of season 3. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, arranging people, locations, shoots, all that stuff, as you can imagine. But it's really one of the passions of my life. And I have been asked to bring something in today. Now, in the spirit of a funny tone and brevity, and many of my shorts are long and slightly dramatic. We have a little goofy short for you today. Hope you enjoy it. It is Russ vetted. So that's good. But anyway, it's just about a guy who gets lost in the woods, but he's really not that far away from civilization. So I do have a link for the very different projects that I have, but this is just something a little goofy we whipped up for your enjoyment. So thank you very much.
Well, it's certainly a nice day for a walk.
Yeah, you know, I didn't think I would enjoy it, but it's nice to get out of the house sometimes.
Get that fresh air. Yeah. Ooh, is that a mint condition Chinese yen? Drew? Drew? I'm lost!
Okay, first, need to find food. Second, oh shit, is that a pen? All right, second, water. Third, I need shelter. Third, I need to build shelter. The wonderful thing about humans is that we can use wood. Look at all this wood. Sturdy tree. Okay, food, water, shelter. Food, water, shelter. I need to poop too. The stump will do. If I'm gonna survive out here, I gotta become one with nature. Earthy. Next, a stick to hunt with. Beware, creatures of the earth. Fine work. I see you, brother, and I thank you. Your spirit will run with Awa, and your body will remain and become one with the people. Thank you for your sacrifice. I don't know how you do it. It's good. Just wish I had some fries. Mother Nature, you crafty bitch.
Come on, Josh, where are you?
Man of the woods needs no technology. How's it going? Night is coming. I must build shelter. Oh, look, a cornerstone. Perfection. It is done. Josh? Josh, is that you? Who goes there?
What are you doing?
This is my home.
We have to go.
I will be going nowhere.
You've been in the woods for 30 minutes.
You're not my father.
What is the matter with you? Are you crazy?
You left me in the woods to rot. You abandoned me. So I did what all humans do. I adapt. I overcome. I became one with nature, with Mother Ewa. I became a master hunter and a master builder. Look at this house. This is my domain. How dare you?
Want to get ice cream? Yes. This was a good idea.
Yeah. Long live the Forest King.
What?
So obviously that was very silly. But we do a lot of different shorts. Like I said, more dramatic ones, horror stuff, but thought that'd be the most tonally appropriate. I will drop a link as Russ allowed me to, but hope you got maybe a giggle out of it, and I'm gonna pass it back.
Thank you, Sam. Bobby, before you kick off the next, I will agree with you, Sam. That was the least murdery thing that you gave me to review for everybody. So
I wanted to be school appropriate.
all right, Bobby.
All right, here we go. I have two jokes for you now. Russ and Joe. No, wait, I read that wrong. Russ and Joe are going to do jokes. That's the thing. Okay, there we go. They're going to have a joke off competition, and whoever, I will keep a very close score of this, and whoever laughs the most will lose and suffer a humiliation beyond our comprehension. I don't know what that is yet. You and Joe will have to decide what that looks like, but I'll kick it over to you guys. And if you can turn your mics on, or maybe your groan can be shown from fist to five. Like 5 is like you would groan and you're falling out of your chair. Those play into the scoring as well, like the groans and how good these jokes are. All right, Russ and Joe, make us laugh.
Bobby.
Russ, you told me it was going to be a singing competition, so
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
prepared a song, an original song. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. No, that's not this, Russ.
This doesn't count, right?
You're shaking your head.
Is that one of your 7?
I'm at the wrong show. Okay, do you want to go first?
Does that count as a 7? Because I'm pretty
No.
close, man. All right.
That was a different show that you
thanks
told
for
me I was part of.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I'll go first. What did the car say to the tow truck?
What did the car say to the tow truck? I don't know.
Pick me up later.
Okay. Thank you. What do you call a pencil with erasers at both ends?
I don't know.
Pointless.
I agree.
Nothing. Okay.
What did the traffic light say to the car?
What did the traffic light say to the car? You're free to pass?
Don't look, I'm changing.
I like that. Okay. This one is Burlington Schools appropriate. Define the acronym RP.
Restorative practices.
Incorrect, sir. Incorrect. This comes to us from our first grade classroom wing, and it is RP is really pungent. It goes up in the wintertime, and it usually centers around smelly boots. Really pungent, RP.
I don't have any props, man. Oh. All right. Oh. All right. Well. Gotta get my act back together. You know, proud Midwesterner here.
You want me to sing again?
What did 1-0 say to the other?
What did 1-0 say to the other? E-I-E-I-O?
Oh, hi. Oh.
Cleveland
Get it?
rocks.
Get it?
Cleveland rocks.
I know.
Cleveland rocks. Good. Okay. So why do ducks have tail feathers?
I don't know.
Why do ducks have tail feathers? They have tail feathers, of course, to cover their butt quacks.
I'm glad that they do that. You want to hear a joke about a piece of paper?
Sure.
Never mind. It's terrible.
Okay. Yeah, that's clever. You're a clever fella, Russ. Okay, back to the acronyms. Define the acronym. MTSS. MTSS.
As the district PR person, I should actually know this. Multi-tiered support system.
Ah, close. So this one comes to us from Burlington Food Projects, our friends at Burlington Foods. You'll recognize this one if you eat lunch, and it is moist towelettes, sticky sauce. Moist towelettes, sticky sauce. And it's an arrow that's pointing at where the moist towelettes are for your hands.
That Heather Torrey is really something else.
Excellent. Doug Davis, stars of the show.
Stars.
Burlington Foods.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
There's so many answers for this. To get to the other side.
To get to the principal's house. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The chicken.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that. I needed that today, actually, too. Well done. Okay. Yeah, I lost major points there. What's the map's favorite singer?
I can't even say I don't know without smiling.
I'll sing again if you make me. It's John Legend, the map's favorite singer, John Legend, of course.
That's a good one. That one takes intelligence, which I just barely have.
I give that credit to my son in 7th grade who wrote that joke for me.
What did the light bulb say to the light switch?
You turn me on?
You turn me on, baby.
Bingo. All right,
Man,
last one for me, Russ. Here it is. Back to the acronym. Define the acronym SBAC. SBAC, Communication Specialist. What does SBAC stand for?
oh, Stephanie's gonna kill me. Phone a friend. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I don't know.
Okay, so this one comes to us from our friends in Triple E and our friends in early education. This is soggy bottom, attention, crisis.
That's the real test right there.
Soggy bottom, attention, crisis. You
real
know
test.
something about this too.
Yes. So did you do 7?
That's it. I'm done.
What did the chicken say to the turkey crossing the road?
Where's the principal's house?
Don't do it, dude. You'll never hear the end of it. Because the chicken, crosses the road a lot. That's it. That's it. Bobby, you tell us.
I think we all lost here, actually.
Yeah,
Okay, that was the best joke yet. Thanks, Bob.
no one wins. No one wins.
It was a tie, 1-1. So we're certainly not going to go into overtime. It wouldn't be.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Thanks
don't
for
know.
coming.
I don't know if that was painful for people who are watching, but it was a lot of fun for me. So that's probably the most I've laughed in a long time. Thank you, Joe. So I guess
Thanks, Russ.
I'll wipe this silly grin off my face, and we're gonna move on to the awards portion. I didn't anticipate the transition. I'm still, oh man, RP.
That was the best one.
All right, so we're going to transition to our awards ceremony, and I want to give everybody a little bit of background of how we got here. So today's awards that we're presenting were really based out of the BSDs Best nominations that were submitted over 250 times, like Tom said earlier. So what we did as a climate team is Maria on the call, we sort of looked through we decided what sort of categories we wanted to award today. So we have an award for a teacher, a para, someone who works in student support services, someone who works for administrative services, and that could be anyone from central office to an administrative assistant to principals is what we were thinking there. And we also wanted to recognize specifically food services and our property services team. So we picked 6 categories from the awards, and then to be our Journey Guide Awards. And so our Journey Guide Awards, what we did is we reviewed all of them, all 250 submissions, and we thought a lot about our mission and our vision in Burlington School District and how these nominations sort of lined up with our mission and our vision. So what we did as a group is we read them all, and we came together with sort of the top 2 or 3 that stuck out to us, and we went around the room to see if we could find some consensus, and a lot of these jumped right out at us and our awardees for the day. So what I want you to know is that we know that this probably isn't a perfect process, that this was our first time doing this, and our goal is to really have fun and to celebrate the good work that's going on at a high level, and even just people who are willing to pick up trash or say hello when they can tell someone's having a bad day. So this is not a popularity contest. It's just an example of the great stuff that happens in our district. So what we want to just help you is keep nominating each other. Please write as much or as little as you want. I can tell you that when you get the certificate, it doesn't matter if it has 1 line on it or 20 lines on it. It feels good when you get it. So keep it up. We don't want to limit. And the other thing is that we don't want to limit how we honor each other to just this event that we're doing here today. So this is just one part. We want this to spread. We want you to do more for each other. We want principals and schools to do their own things and not to call anybody out, but we're just hoping that like this attitude of recognition and achievement just sort of catches fire. So with that, we're gonna start today. We're gonna start with our Student Support Award. Our Journey Guide Award for Student Support is gonna go to Josh Edelbaum, and here to present that award it is Tony Settle, both from BHS.
All right, thank you very much, except for the bad jokes. My son will regret when I repeat some of them to him. Okay, so nomination, Josh Edelbaum. To recognize the sheer amount of work he does supporting individual students with vital needs, food security, housing, mental health support. Josh is always in the trenches, helping students grapple with the most immediate and impactful issues, like becoming suddenly homeless or not having enough food for the entire family, or feeling suicidal and needing immediate professional help, needing refuge, needing food, shelter, the most basic of things, life and death stuff. Josh is also a ready support for all of the staff. He's an unsung hero. Yes, Josh, I did call you a hero. That will never happen again, but for today, we'll let it ride. And
Sorry, Tony, your mic is off. Can you turn it on? I can't hear what you're saying.
yeah, nice try. He truly deserves recognition that he would never ask for himself. I realize this will break your ears, Josh, but I am immensely proud of you and grateful for what you do. Just brilliant. So I'm really glad that the district recognizes this. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tony. I know Erica must have written that for you, but it was well done. Thank you.
Well, you know, my MO is just surround myself with brilliant women, starting with the counseling department, starting with my wife, of course, the counseling department, the greater school in general. So nothing new there.
Bobby?
All right. Thanks, Tony, and congrats, Josh. So our next award is for a gentleman in our Facilities and Property Services Department, Mustafa Semic from Flynn, and his award is being presented by Allison Tinson.
So I have things written by numerous staff members to read about Mustafa. He is just an incredible part of our school community. Mustafa keeps Flynn in incredible shape. The grounds in the school building are always immaculate and incredibly safe. He's always willing to help out in any way, goes above and beyond to help classrooms out with projects, and responds to any requests for help from teachers and staff extremely quickly. He also has a great sense of humor and is a friendly face for all of our students and staff who love to greet him and joke around with him every day. We've had various custodians during numerous teachers' tenure at Flynn and have found Mustafa to be heads and tails above all others. He's friendly to staff and students, very organized and extremely efficient. The most amazing thing of all is that he's so efficient at taking care of Flynn, and he is always calm. We couldn't do what we do each day without Mustafa and are very grateful to have him at Flynn.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Allison. Mustafa could not be here, but we're just really grateful that you took the time to share those words and to honor him on this call. And I know that his partner is watching, and she'll relay, if he's not with her, those kind words. So thank you. Next up, we have Michael Leonard is our para winner this year from BHS, and here to present and talk about him is Principal Lauren McBride. Principal McBride.
Hi, everyone. So good to be here. Thanks for having me. I get to talk about Mike Leonard. So Mike was nominated by Cheryl Niedziewicki, and these are some of the things that she had to say about Mike. So I have worked with Mike last year and had the pleasure of observing him in the classroom assisting a student as well as others when needed. I saw how he handled some challenging situations, all while always being respectful and professional. He was always willing to do what it takes in the best interest of students and their learning. In addition, he has a leadership role in the district regarding the Special Olympics penguin plunge, as well as serving as a coach for the unified basketball team, or BHS basketball team. To add to this, he is also a leader in his union and leads the way for positive outcomes for paraprofessionals and the district. Mike is definitely a model of what BSDs Best stands for. And I have to add a special addition, which is that we so agree, which is why we recently have added Mike to our special education team. So, yay.
Thank you.
I want to say to be honored by someone like Chef N is more than I can ask for. She is where it's at. So much respect and admiration, and Lauren too as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you, team.
It's my distinct honor because they fed me for several years over at the Integrated Arts Academy to announce the next two awardees from the Food Services Department. It's Holly Thompson and Susie Lamphere at the Integrated Arts Academy, and their award will be presented by Kurt Wright, also from IAA.
So in short, Holly and Suzanne always say yes, or a nonchalant sure. They could be buried in a pile of peppers or surrounded by boxes of milk, busy off their gourds. And I would ask them an off-the-wall question, and they would always jump in and say yes. So the students and staff that I love Suzanne and Holly. Holly and Suzanne are incredibly dedicated, and they both are willing to go above and beyond to answer the needs of our students and staff at IAA. Over the years, they have provided specific foods for students with special needs. They pre-made an evening meal for students waiting for the bus. They quickly agreed to make a memorable breakfast for a school-wide literacy celebration. They seamlessly transitioned to box lunches during the pandemic. They generously offered to deliver lunches to classrooms during election day in November, which is now carried on to every day of the week. They generously offered, they wash and sanitize water bottles every week for the entire student body once we decided that our water fountains were no longer safe. And they work with the nurse to provide food for hungry students and food to go with medications throughout the day outside of the regular food delivery times. Holly and Suzanne perform all these tasks while fulfilling their already full schedule, providing timely, healthy, tasty, and balanced meals for our entire school community. Their positive attitude and eagerness to help is amazing. We are so lucky to have Suzanne and Holly taking care of us. Congratulations on being selected as Burlington Schools District Best.
Thank you so much, Kurt. If you don't mind, you cut out a lot while you were reading that. And so I'm going to read it quickly. It's going to be with less passion than you have. I really appreciated the time that you took to really emphasize all these points. So just one more time so that everyone can hear. Suzanne and Holly are wonderfully dedicated, and they're both willing to go above and beyond to answer the needs of our students at IAA. Over the years, they have helped to make specific foods available for a special needs student. They worked with a paraeducator to provide an evening meal on an earlier schedule for students waiting for a bus. They were quick to offer a specialty breakfast for a literacy celebration for the whole school. They seamlessly transitioned to box lunches during the pandemic. They graciously offered to deliver box lunches to additional classrooms During election day, to minimize hallway traffic when our gym was in use, they had been washing and sanitizing water bottles for the entire student body after the water fountains were deemed unsafe during the pandemic. They have worked with the nurse to provide food for hungry students and food to go with medications when needed. They have performed all these tasks while fulfilling their regular duties of providing timely, healthy, balanced meals for our community. Their positive attitude and willingness to help where needed is amazing, and we are lucky to have them at IAA. Thank you, Kurt, for writing that beautiful note. Thank you, Holly is here. I don't know if you want to say anything, Holly. Okay.
She wrote in the chat.
Great. All right. The next on our list, she could not be here today, but our winner for administrative support is Mia from Edmonds Middle School, and James Keifer is here, and he's going to read a few things about Mia.
Yeah, I'm very happy to present this award for Mia. Mia is incredibly proactive. I can't tell you how many times I will ask her about something. She's like, already done, or step ahead of you, or whatever. And she's always way, way ahead. She goes above and beyond to help students, families, the staff, and the district. She's always looking for creative ways to make things work. She's looking for solutions and always looking outside of the box for ways to make things happen. A lot of people don't realize that there are times when she comes in over breaks, and all of a sudden she walks in and I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, I've got things to take care of. So her day is not dictated by the clock. It's dictated by making sure that everything gets done so that the school is taken care of. Administrative professionals amaze me. Their ability to multitask and keep track of all the messes that we create is beyond compare. She keeps track of so many things at once. It's incredible. Constantly advocating, constantly having people covered. So I'm just very grateful for all the support that she provides to our entire building.
Thank you, James. Thank you so much. And we talk about going above and beyond. Mia could not be here today because she's actually on the committee to hire the next principal at EMS. So thank you, Mia. Bobby?
All right, this next teacher, I've always heard good things about her. I just missed the opportunity of working with her as she was out the door as I was entering my current position over at Horizons, but the people there still speak very fondly of you, Ashley. And this award is for Ashley Stagner over at BTC, and it's presented by Jason Raymond and Cheryl. And
I'm super excited to present this award to Ashley. It was actually interesting, Russ. I looked at the note that I wrote originally, and so much has happened in the course of the year that expanded beyond that I wrote another additional recognition of Ashley because she had done more in the second half of the year that wasn't included in this one. But, you know, at BTC, we're kind of on an island. And so I've had an interesting opportunity this year, basically being in the same space with Ashley for the entire school year and working closely. So I've gotten to see firsthand all the great things that she's been doing with students. So what I'll read off of is kind of a mixture of these two. What I wrote initially was continuously providing her students with endless opportunities for success in design and illustration. Ashley devises high-level instruction modules, creates virtual tours with top college programs, orchestrates extra online classes through SCAD for students, coordinates dual enrollment through CCV, and facilitates her students to enter Scholastic Art Award contest and win the Vermont Presidential Scholar Award. To continue with that, though, it kept going on into the new year, assisting and supporting the learning of new art techniques, supporting students applying for colleges, jobs, scholarships, awards, and providing mentorship for students as they struggle with financial aid forms and to prepare for life after high school. Ashley brought her love of screen printing to design and illustration program, providing step-by-step guidance for students to achieve their own prints on paper and clothing, often staying after class and during her open studio time to provide opportunities for students to make prints and get excited about printmaking. She also supported over 20 students from her class to apply for the 2021 Congressional Art Contest, with 2 students receiving recognition and supported the growth and technical expertise of the ultimate winner of the program of the Congressional Art Contest for 2021, with her invaluable feedback and assistance in his early development as a photographer. And for these reasons and many more, I think Ashley represents one of BSD's best for sure, and really kind of displays and demonstrates the kind of motivation and love of teaching that I think drives really great teachers and really is motivating for everyone to consider, you know, as they're working with students. So I'm glad that she gets this award.
And I'll add to that. So this is from Anonymous, but you can kind of figure this out, Ashley, since I'm reading it. Anyway, as Jason had said, he can see, you know, right up close what you're doing for students, and it's just good to know that there's other people that see it who are not close. I'm not anywhere near where you are, but I know what you do. So I'll just read what the anonymous person wrote. Ashley is a dedicated instructor who is always thinking about how to augment the opportunities and experiences that are offered to her students. These include local speakers, engaging projects, contests, community-based events, post-secondary relationships, and much more. Ashley does everything she can to provide the best program for her students. In addition, Ashley masters social media with her engaging creative posts, specifically Instagram, about her program as well as about BTC. This is greatly appreciated. For these reasons, Ashley is nominated for BSD's Best. Congratulations, Ashley. Woo!
So awesome. Ashley, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'll say a quick thank you to the whole climate committee for taking the time, and also to Maria for orchestrating it. That's super awesome. And then of course to Cheryl and Jason, a huge thank you for the nominations. A lot of what I do would not be possible. I sound like a PBS like infomercial, without support from you, but it's true. What I am able to do with students and in my classroom is not possible without the support of the district and the people that I work so closely with. And so I want to say a big thank you to you all. Sharing a space with Jason is great. He's my wonder twin in many ways, and he has been incredibly supportive of a lot of the initiatives that I put forth this year, namely Wednesdays. You know, we were in an unexpected, unconventional, large space together, and during COVID. So on Wednesdays, I hosted Open Studio, and Jason, when I first pitched the idea of on Wednesdays letting students come in on a remote day just to come in and get an extra day of class time, he supported it. He brought me down also and like helped me plan everything out. But he was super supportive of me using that space as an extra day for students to come in. So again, things that I achieved, like we worked together on those virtual college tours and on dual enrollments. So this is also a big recognition for him as well. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much for sharing that. Bobby, I'm going to flip the script and present mine ahead of you because we have a presenter that needs to hop off real quick. So we're going to move on to the Climate Champion Awards. But before I do that, I want to share my screen real quick. This is a picture of Ashley today. I have a couple other pictures. A picture of Jason Gingold giving Ashley her her award. So we wanted everyone to have these awards before they came on today. And I'm sharing that because I want you to know that the bags, awardees received a trophy that says BSDs Best on it, which is pretty hefty. And if don't let anybody throw that at you because it'll be tough to get out of the way. But they also received a bunch of swag from human resources, and there's some human resources people on this call looking at the panelist list. So really grateful to Stephanie Reed and Kendall Clark for helping me pull that together, as well as the support of Director Anderson Brown, Executive Director Anderson Brown, Z. and property services and food services chipped in. BTC put in sunglasses, and some of you got brownies as well from BTC, or something else that maybe Cheryl picked out for you because you work at BTC, so you shouldn't be so upset. But it was really a group effort to put these bags together, and I just wanted to shout out all those people who chipped in and helped us do those bags. So next we're going to present our Climate Champion Awards. We really wanted to do something that, like I said, all these other things were tied to the mission and vision and came out of the BSDs Best, but this is like really about the program itself. And so our first award is what we would call we called it most nominated, but what we were looking for is a way to recognize someone whose peers went above and beyond nominating them, and so whose peers really respect them. So when we looked at all the nominations, and what we did is we took out any supervisors, and we removed any climate team members, and we removed any principals from that. And it's really about like who here is having their peers say thank you to them the most. And so the winner of what we're calling the most nominated is Laura Betts. And Laura Betts is here today, who was nominated by 3 different members of her peers. And to present that award is Laura Nugent.
Well, I have to say, I'm really pleased to have the honor of presenting this award to Laura Betts, because I have experienced her to be one of the kindest and thoughtful people that I know. And she has always been an amazing thought partner to her team, which is a great team at Hunt, and has always gone above and beyond. So I will read the nominations that are really lovely. One is from Anonymous. Laura goes above and beyond our Hunt community daily. She is always looking for ways to support and advocate for her students, but also always supporting and encouraging her colleagues in the most creative and unique ways. She's a true asset to our community, and Hunt would be lost without her. 2 exclamation marks on that, Laura. The next one is from Sandy Hawks. Laura is a rock in the library. Thank you for running the Learning Lab and all of the individual student support. And Kara Heber says, despite the craziness of inventing the wheel this school year, she has been organized, kept everyone around her in the loop with updates and changes, does a fantastic job of managing a room full of students with special needs by providing them with masked break times outside, keeping them all distant, providing them each with their own personal schedule of the day. And she has been incredibly welcoming and ensures that the newbies go to school staff, the school staff feel welcomed and supported. So, wow, that's really high praise, and I can totally concur. So thank you so much for all you do, Laura.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thanks, everybody. I just want to say that community and people are definitely my passion, and it's easy to be passionate about it when I request a Hunt, a great place to work. I want to thank my sunshine buddy Jana for all the work we do together, and Maddie for all her work. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody on as well.
Bobby, you want to bring us home?
I'm gonna bring us home. All right. This next award was designated by just calculating who gave the most acknowledgements in this BSD Best system that we had created this year. And we know that acknowledgement is one of those things that often you don't miss until it's not given and it's not received. And it's just something that's so easy to do. It takes no time, costs no money. And really the benefits yielded from those presenting those acknowledgements and those receiving them are boundless and far reaching. And we had an administrator this year that really set that example of taking the time and the thoughtfulness to acknowledge and support his staff in that way. And so James, on behalf of the entire school district, Thanks for really diving into this endeavor. Certainly on behalf of the school climate team, when we're trying to get this up and running and making this really a formal part of how we celebrate each other. We really appreciate your efforts in that regard, and acknowledging your staff and setting that leadership role in this work that we're trying to do. Much appreciated. Congrats, James.
How many nominations, Bobby?
I think it was 38 total, if I remember correctly. And the next wasn't even close.
I just want to thank you for creating this space for people to acknowledge others, because as I go through my day, as I navigate my day, there's easily 38 times a day where I think a thought of gratitude. And I actually feel bad for all the ones I haven't. Even today, there's in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, there's at least 12 people that I need to stop and do this for. And I don't do it enough. But I am glad that you have created this opportunity, because I do believe that if we all navigate our days and our lives with a mindset of gratitude, it pulls people closer, and it makes us all stronger. So I hope to see this program continue to grow and flourish. So thank you for that.
All right, Bobby, do you want to close us out?
Sure, I can do it. You know, I'm reminded by, if you ever heard the statement, "A Hopi elder speaks." I won't read you the whole statement, but he says in that we are the ones we've been waiting for. So we can create the opportunities to acknowledge and spread this gratitude that James was just talking about. It's within all of us. And this is one form in which it can happen, but it can happen very personally, one-on-one, every single day. If you take the time to stop and celebrate that gratitude and acknowledge those around you. And it's just one very simple, easy way to create positive climate and culture and just spread joy and love and positivity throughout our district and the work that we do. We need it because it's been a hard year, and teaching is just it's just a hard thing to do. And I think it's often underappreciated. And so continuing to allow this process to flourish and recognizing that it's just not this public recognition, but anytime that you can provide that is truly a gift for both yourself in providing that, and then also for those receiving that gratitude and acknowledgement. So thanks for showing up today. Thanks everybody for participating and hanging in. And I'm just gonna go back to Russ and say, thanks for your leadership and getting this team up and running and really keeping us on point. You did an excellent job in your facilitation this year. So.
Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. Everyone, please, let's finish strong. Let's finish the year strong. BSD's Best is still a thing. We want to get to 300 by the end of the year. It's pretty easy. There's only 25 out there. There's 20 people left on the call. So if we each do 1 point, I'm not a math teacher, but if we each do at least one, we'll get to over 300. And we want to hit 500 next year. And we want to be in person and celebrate together. So thank you for being here. Have a great day, everybody.